Do you feel like you start your day off on the wrong foot quite often? Maybe you feel behind because you don't have the perfect morning routine or glow up happening every day. Well, in this video, we're going to work on debunking some myths as well as talking through some of the common pitfalls that can happen when it comes to our morning routines. Welcome back to Euphony Within. If you're new here, my name is Dara. I am a certified wellness practitioner. And on this channel, we like to talk about ways that help us to achieve the mindset to reach the ultimate level of happiness. How? Through happier, healthier living, of course. If that sounds like you, be sure to subscribe and turn on the notification bell for more uplifting content around personal development, life balance, and all things health and wellness. All right, today we are going to keep it sweet and to the point. Let's break through some of these myths around morning routines and if they have been keeping us stuck because we thought we were supposed to be doing something that's really unrealistic. All right, myth number one, you must wake up at 5 a.m. in order to be successful. How many times have we heard, my 5 a.m. routine, I have to get up at the crack of dawn. And sometimes you might not be a morning person. So the truth is, the ideal wake up time varies based on your chronotype, your body's natural preference to when to sleep and wake up. About 15% of people are natural early birds and 20% are night owls, and the rest of us fall somewhere in between. What matters isn't the specific hours you wake up, but the consistency of the time that you wake up and your morning routine that follows. So maybe you wake up at 10 a.m. If you still have a consistency to your morning routine, that's really all that matters. All right, myth number two, a true productive morning routine takes around 2 hours. It might feel that way if we base all of our lives on social media, but the truth is, social media is not reality. The truth is, high performers know that quality trumps quantity every time. Many successful people have morning routines that just take 30 to 60 minutes, but they contain focused, high impact activities. In fact, trying to do too much is one of the reasons people fail at morning routines. All right, myth number three. Everyone knows you should copy celebrity morning routines. I will say, while it's interesting to learn about what celebrities do or high performing people, it's not necessarily going to be the most effective morning routine for you. Some of them can take years of discipline and practice to create. A great celebrity here would be The Rock. He has been perfecting his routine for years. He's got an insane routine. There are tons of information out there about it, but that routine works for him. And it's something that he's been able to do for decades that he has consistently practiced. So it's going to be a lot easier to him versus someone who doesn't practice working out or doing other healthy routines in the morning. That's going to take some time to develop that neuroplasticity in our brain that highlights, okay, this is our new routine. The key can be to understand the principles behind an effective routine, but also adapting them to your current situation and specific needs. That's really all it's about. So now that we've cleared up some common myths, let's talk about some common pitfalls that happen. All right, some common pitfalls that a lot of us fall into, and we've hit on some of these throughout the Routine Refresh series, but even with the best intentions, morning routines can get derailed. Let's address three most common pitfalls and some solutions that might help them. The first common pitfall is going to be hitting the snooze button. The average person hits the snooze button 2 to 3 times. Hitting that snooze button 2 to 3 times in the morning can really fragment our sleep, and it actually is starting our day off with procrastination, which can follow into the rest of our day. A solution might be to place your alarm clock across the room, or instead of planning for your alarm to go off 15 times, maybe set it 15 minutes later than what you originally did so that you actually have to get up when the first alarm goes off. You can start by placing your alarm across the room by a window so that when you go to hit the snooze alarm off, you actually open the window, turn on the lights, because once the light comes on, it actually wakes the body up and it says, hey, it's time to get up. In our room right now, the big window is open. I go to sleep and then the light comes in the morning. So I've been waking up between like 6 and 6:30 because it just naturally, the light wakes me up. However, when you have to set an alarm, turning on the lights when you go to turn off your alarm can really be a helpful way of alerting yourself. Instead of starting our day off with procrastinating, we're setting our day off with intentional, like, hey, okay, let's get up and let's start the day, which really helps our overall mood because we're not feeling like we're running behind the whole day. We're actually feel like we did something that we've been wanting to do, which is get up 15 minutes earlier than what we were thinking that we would. Pitfall number two is going to be digital distractions. Now, we talked about this a little bit with the evening routines. When we check our emails and social media first thing in the morning, it redirects our energy and thought process to what others' priorities are and not necessarily what our priorities are. And that's a big thing because that can really change the outlook of our day. It can change our mindset, our moods. One of the solutions is to turn your airplane mode on overnight and don't turn plane mode off until you've completed at least one or two of your other morning routines that really help you focus so that when you do turn it on, you're not being redirected with everyone else's priorities. You can kind of pick and choose what aligns with your priorities and goals for that day and respond to those first, and then respond to the other ones that aren't aligning with your priorities later in the day. You can even use app blockers if you need to help with this. But that's a whole other thing. Again, we discussed this in the evening routine video, as well as in Weeks Can Change Your Life video. Now, the third pitfall that's pretty common is inconsistency. Let's face it, we can do something for a day or a week or a month, and then we just start to fall off. In order to maintain a routine, we need to try to create some consistencies. If we're doing a whole long 2 hour morning routine one morning and then trying to squeeze all that 2 hours into 5 minutes the next morning, maybe we're trying to do our weekday routine on our weekend, and that can look different. The inconsistency creates decision fatigue on, am I going to do it this morning? Am I not? And it also reduces the habit forming capability within our bodies. A solution might be to create a scaled down version of a routine that you can maintain and do for sure every day, even if it's just 5 minutes, or pick one part of your morning routine to focus on that you're able to do consistently, like a month to 2 months, and then gradually add on to there once it's become a part of your day. Remember, the goal is not perfection, it's about consistency. With that, thanks for watching, and remember, you're not alone. And while the sun may not be shining today or tomorrow, it will come out again. I'll see you guys soon.